Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily House Friday morning for you, Tone.
Oh man, your internet just got crushed the moment we went live.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I'm back now, right?
oh boy.
Should be back.
Uh,
Is it one of those?
well, let's give it a second. Let it like catch up on itself or something.
I'll bring the box back in the room. Welcome to the Daily Hi, everybody. I'm sorry
There
once
you go.
again. What can I do? What can I do? I've tried everything. All right, so we did a fantastic show with Socrates earlier today. With Tone, we're lucky enough to have Tone with us. It was fantastic. So, if you want to know my thoughts on the market, you're welcome to check that show that we did about 12 hours ago from now. I thought it was really great to see Sock back on the air. Um, I actually entered a long trade about 10 minutes after that show, which is funny because we were so negative in the show, and the price has been really funny all day. I've been in good profit, out of profit, back in profit, back down at minus 2 seconds ago before we did the show, and I'm back to about 4% profit with my finger on the trigger here to close this trade if it doesn't bounce anytime soon. But it is what it is. All right. So it's Friday morning. Do you want to take us through it, mate?
Sure. I'll go into screen share. I'm up at the cabin for the weekend, gonna do some grilling, and then back to Panama next week. I keep going back and forth. Been a lot of travel. So we are in trouble. We broke a very critical line we were not supposed to break. And that line was at $58,000. And that's why I got out of my position just as I was um, basically when I got off the plane. I got off somewhere in here, somewhere around this time. The market was still open, and I got the hell out. And right now we're sitting right at 58,000 again. I don't like the structure. We're starting on very low time frames here. It is literally 10 a.m. right now. We'll check out that 10 a.m. reversal and see how it's doing. But it is Friday, so on a Friday, they're not as clean in general. So nothing changes. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how interesting these shows are going to be. Like I said, yes, we're getting volatility within the week, but on a weekly scale, we're just, trending downwards here. And as I said in yesterday's show, or at one of the shows yesterday, we can continue going down for the next 3 months and still not break the $49,000 low. And eventually, this is going to resolve to the upside, not much different than how the last crazy consolidation resolved to the upside. This one is actually better because it's downward sloping. It's better to have a downward sloping consolidation than a horizontal one. A downward sloping consolidation, uh, it's easier to go up than a horizontal one. A horizontal one can occasionally lead to more downside. It's rare, but it can. A downward sloping one is already decreasing, and it's just a pullback. This is just like, a 6 month pullback. And for Bitcoin, that's not that big of a deal. And we're going to resolve to the upside. The question is when. And for now, I think uh, I think there's plenty of time before it resolves to the upside. I am now in 100% cash, and I will wait until these moving averages are broken. Let me see where I need to put this into. Happened on what happened yesterday, right? So it was technically still the candle before, so I'll put it on the candle like that. I know it sucks, but I just uh, the probability of us like COVID crashing one more time is there, and it's not worth it. I want to be absolutely certain. I'd rather go leverage long. I'd rather go leverage long at 65 into 100 than keep messing around this area. So I'm completely done until we stabilize above the long-term moving average here. Daily chart. Let's wait for it to load. If it loads at all, let's see. This blue consolidation that I drew, I mean, still kind of possible if we rally back up, but this CMF has now become kind of bad. I don't like it. It's still diverging. The price is not as low as it was back here. I don't know. I just don't like this chart. I don't like the look of this chart. So I'm gonna stay out of this market for now. I'm worried to buy the dip shirt, but I'm not exactly buying the dip. In order for me to buy the dip, we gotta go lower. We gotta literally break the lows. And let's see how that happens. We are on a 5 off of the MRI. So maybe another MRI buy opportunity. I would just hate for that buy opportunity to be at a double bottom. That kind of gives me a little bit of a conflict of purchasing the asset. So that's the one thing I kind of want to avoid. And from a cycle perspective, we're doing pretty bad. And I'll give it off to you, Matt, and then we'll cover some traditional markets. Actually, before I do, now that's a 1 hour chart. Here's the 4 hour chart. Let's look at that 5 minute chart. The reversal came at the 950 candle, so around 955 we got the reversal. I don't know. I mean, it's worthy of a 10 a.m. reversal, but I'd be cautious. I think we're doing Twitter Spaces today, just before I forget the announcement on the Financial Summit Spaces. All right, Matt, off to you.
Thanks, mate. I hope I don't cut out. Look, we covered a lot of ground today with Socrates, and I thought that thread was really fantastic. So before I go on the charts, please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends, and use the affiliate links in the description below. All right, it's a Friday show, so Tone, can you just let me know if I'm talking to dead air or something like that? If I cut out at all, just like try and stop me from ranting if I'm not going. All right, I'm going to start at a lower time frame, at the 4 hour time frame, and then work my way upwards this week. I put on the trade today at 57,876. As you know, if you've been following, I closed my trade at 52,200 yesterday. I went short, and there was a funny comment saying like, "Why is Matt shorting in a bull market?" In the just in yesterday's show. It turned out to be a fantastic trade after the show finished yesterday. So I think we were about here or something 59,000 in yesterday's show, and I had a short on, and it went up for a bit, and I closed it out this morning in a really nice profit, and then went reverted long again. So I'm long at the moment, but this has been a pretty bad good and bad trade all in one as it stands. I mean, just looking at it here, when I put the long on was here. We went up into great profit, came back to negative. I didn't see that we had gone negative. I still had my initial stop loss put in. And when I came back, turned back the charts back on, just had a look at it, we were back here. And I was like, oh, wow, I would have definitely have closed that trade out if I was mindful of that. And then we were looking good again. And then just 20 minutes ago, we dropped back right back down again on this candle. So I don't know. I'm not married to this trade at 57,867. I mean, I could close it in 2 seconds if this comes back down. I don't want to see this come back down again. I'm watching this right now. It's a very big trade. Otherwise, I wouldn't even mention it. But look, it's just this. This is a 1 hour time frame. It's just this coming up to the 50 getting rejected, putting in lower lows. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. My long trade, I just had a feeling this today when we started to come down and we put in this higher low here and we will break into this little channel here. It was a speculative trade. And now I've exhausted this my speculative mood on this trade. I don't I think there's a good chance I can make some money off it. And if I close it right now, it's a few $1,000, but I'm not I'm not married to this trade, and I'll can it as soon as I feel weakness. The 4 hour time frame, which we did start on, but I'll just broach on it again. Um, yeah, look, I mean, we've had the retracement in the mid of the 4 hour candle, and we could work our way back. We're above the 7 simple moving average, but we still got to clear the 30, the 30, the 50, and all the rest of the. Oh, Tone, am I cutting out here as you sneeze? I can see it's yeah. Look, I'll come off screen share. Look, I'm getting better internet next week, guys. What can I say? I'm still working on it. If I don't sound good, I'm sorry. I've exhausted every option until they come and put a transistor outside my house. It's a new place. Um, Look, the fact is, I can just tell you how I feel about the market. I'm concerned that there's further downside to be had. I'm seriously concerned about further downside, but I'm on guard to get in long positions, fully long positions, if we can start to crack up above the 62 and whatever like that and see some strength in the market. It's Friday night now, coming into the weekend. I don't know which way it's going to go. My gut says we've probably got further downside to go. Um, Maybe months of downside to go. I don't know. But I'll play it both ways and we'll see how it goes. Tone, how are the traditional markets looking, mate? Save me from this internet hell I'm in.
All right, let's take a look here. All right, so this is just me keeping an eye on the ETFs. I gotta update I'm gonna update my spreadsheet on Monday. Oil is not doing anything interesting. Gold, what's happening here? Let's refresh.
Oh, it's you too.
Gold is looking very good. And traditional markets are looking very good. That's a daily chart. And wow, we really broke out. Yesterday was a crazy. Yeah, so yesterday we did a morning stream before markets opened, right?
Yeah.
What a massive breakout on the stock market yesterday. That is one hell of a move. I remain bullish the stock market. I think the stock market is about to go into a new all-time high and then break out. So good luck to all the gloom and doomers out there. I think the S&P 500 is going to 12,000 before the end of the decade. And yeah, it's looking great, especially on a daily chart. Correlation isn't doing Bitcoin too many favors. Stock market is rallying, Bitcoin is dropping. Look, I think eventually Bitcoin is going to catch up with a vengeance, but somehow there's still a lot of Bitcoin selling going on, but eventually that will end. I want to glance at Tesla. What's going on here?
Uranium?
That's uranium. I was about to say, look at that. Here is
All
Tesla,
right.
and
Not bad.
it's looking really good. That was the buying opportunity. That's where my arrow literally put it. I mean, I started that arrow a little bit early. I thought it was going to top from there, topped a little bit later, topped with the MRI, basically. I thought it would come down to the MRI support line. It literally came down to the MRI support line right there. And now it's reversing, and I am bullish on Tesla, just like I am bullish on Nvidia and everything else. The Nasdaq's probably doing really, really well. Yeah, and there it goes. Beautiful. I think the low is in, finally. And I'm not worried about the yen carry trade. I think new all-time highs are coming, and they're probably going to lower the rate, even though the stock market is rallying. I think one of the reasons why the stock market is rallying is because of the rate lowering expectation. And notice how the expectation of a 50 basis point lowering has gone significantly down, and the expectation that it's only going to be 25 basis points is way up. And I think by the time mid-September rolls around, this is going to disappear. This is going to be around 60%, and then 40% that they're not even going to lower the rate because they may not have to. If the stock market is rallying, why are they going to lower the rate for? And that's pretty much it. Can do a nice short show, Twitter Spaces later today. And I haven't done a show on my channel in like 2 weeks. I might do it, but it will mostly cover, Russia, Ukraine stuff.
Did we ever get to the bottom of the Trump assassination
No,
attempt?
I'm so behind. Oh my God, I need to catch up on that. I'm gonna try to catch up this weekend on the Trump assassination, and then I'll get back to that.
I this is for another channel, but I saw Vegas odds right now have Kamala Harris in the lead. That's pretty telling. If Vegas odds of putting her ahead of Trump, that's a bit scary.
That's strange. I saw Vegas odds had Trump 60% in the lead before. Maybe they've switched now. I don't know. It's
What do they
I don't
know?
know. The world's crazy.
Mm. All right. Well, we'll put a pin in that conversation. All right, mate. Let's enjoy the weekend.
All right. See you all on the next one. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.